when I talk to business owners, especially after the last 2 years, it used to be we talk about, 08, 09, right? How did you survive 2008, 2009? Well, now, as Clay's smiling, the last 2 to 3 years, it's an easy conversation to ask your client, your business owners. Well, did your insurance cover everything? How did you manage 2020? Were you deemed non-essential by a government entity, right? Have you had potentially an insurance claim denied, right? And a lot of times your business owner is going to look at you funny and they're going to say, yeah, I did have one of those instances, or, hey, we made it through 2020, but it was rough because of X. And so it's just asking questions and really getting your clients to talk about what keeps them up at night as a business owner, right? Because that's really what an 831B is. Clay, what do you have to add here?
I love that. And I mean, Ed and I, our message is pretty darn similar. But I mean, there's never been an instance, even 08, 09. I mean, there's never been an event that's taken place that's really legitimized why an 831B plan exists. Right? There is countless events that have taken place over the last couple of years that are not covered by traditional insurance. And people are super frustrated by that. There's been articles written everywhere about, is traditional insurance going to cover the business interruption or the political risks or the forced closures that have been caused by the pandemic? And, if there's not a traditional insurance policy to cover that, it falls to me as the business owner, and I'm going to pay for it one way or the other. If I can take profits out of my business when I have the ability to do so, set it aside to now manage these very same risks a little bit more efficiently, and now literally have it at my disposal to use when it's needed, awesome. If I don't, well then we win. We try it again. We fund it again the next year. And we build up those reserves and those surpluses to now handle potential things when they come up. I was actually on a call about a week ago, and usually every single client comes to us in the first year or two and says, I now see this as a very strong risk management play, because I just sleep better at night knowing that if something happens, I've got funds set aside to manage it, and I don't have to worry about what my existing cash flow looks like to manage this risk when and if it comes up. This call I was on, it was a husband and wife. The wife actually said, well, I knew there were some advantages here, but I didn't recognize that we have all of these risks. And right now we're just, we figure it out as we go. And that's not really a great risk management plan, right? Figuring it out as you go is not something that, you can't always roll with the punches. And so, like most really sound plans, if you plan ahead, you're not caught flat-footed.
Absolutely. I'd echo that, Clay. It's one of those things where when you sit down with a business owner, if you've got 10 to 15 minutes with them and you start to really dive into the way that an 831B functions and all of the benefits, right? There are so many levels that benefit the business owner. It's one of those things where business owners, their eyes are really open. And a common refrain always is, well, how come I haven't heard about this before? Or, hey, where was this 10 years ago, right? And it's one of those things where that's why Clay and I, as a business development team, we're constantly out spreading this message. It's something that business owners truly need to hear about because it can be a lifesaver for them.